Model making, back with another 5-minute review. Today we're going to be looking at Swords Harrier T. And obviously you can see there's lots of different variants there. So this makes 4 different subvariants of the Mark T, or sorry, of the Harrier T. And there's all the different options on the back. So you get different options for tail configuration and nose configuration and stuff. So let's break open the box and see what we get inside. So typical sword side opening box, not my favorite, but it is what it is. Color callout sheet here, which is nice. So you get 4 views of each of the 4 paint schemes, and they're all pretty colorful and unique and different. So you definitely have some fun options to play with. Everything is all bagged in this large bag, so just you gotta be careful pulling it out. It is all somewhat loose. The clear parts are separately bagged, so at least they're not rubbing against spare plastic. But here we go. Here we got the fuselage halves here. Fairly standard, I would say. Again, like other sword kits, these do not have like locating pins for the fuselage halves, being limited run. This sprue has wings and the different tails and engine intake sections. There is a really large like defect on the engine fan, so just keep that in mind. I don't know if that's normal or not, but here's the different tail options. This sprue has kind of a lot of the internal bits as well as drop tanks, engine exhaust, wheels, things like that. This kit does not come with ordnance, but I believe that would make sense since, if I'm not mistaken, the Harrier T was a training version of the Harrier. So it would make sense that it wouldn't necessarily be loaded up with bombs and missiles and rockets and stuff. So get this little chunk of resin. This is the that goes underneath the speed brake. Clear parts, we get 3 separate canopies, so that's nice. So if you want to pose the canopy in the open position, you also get this lovely fret of colored photo etch by Edward. So this is very nice, and it's actually integral to the kit. The kit was designed specifically to use the photo etch, so a lot of the detail that it represents is not represented in plastic. Fairly small decal sheet, but they seem decent enough. Looking at the instructions here, you can see here that like I said, the plastic is designed specifically for the photo etch, so there's no detail on the instrument faces. For example, you have to use the photo etch here. You do get a lot of nice photo etch for the ejection seats, so those will look pretty good, especially since the Harrier canopies are so large. Even with them closed, you'd be able to see a lot of this. Construction, pretty straightforward. Pretty much most of the construction is going into the fuselage. Once you get the fuselage closed up, there's very little left to do. You do get, like I mentioned before, you do get separate nose parts. You have a shortened nose and the longer nose, and then 3 different variants of the tail fin. So just be aware of which version you're making so that you get it correct. Here's kind of all the landing gear stuff, the speed brake, drop tanks. Oh, and I guess you do get a gun pod. My apologies. But you don't get any other ordnance other than the gun pod. And that's about it. So yeah, here's a couple close-up pictures. So I've completed 2 sword kits now, and I really enjoyed both of them. This one looks slightly, either it's an older tooling. It just doesn't feel like the detail is as sharp as the other ones that I've made. Here you can just kind of see some of that recessed panel lines on the fuselage. It just doesn't look as sharp. Also, there is a lot more flash on this kit than the previous sword kits I've built. So again, I just don't know if that's an older tooling, and the molds are getting degraded at this point. But there was a fair amount of flash on the sets. Here you can see some of the flash around the exhaust nozzles there, and I mean, it is what it is. Here's a quick shot of the decal sheet. So overall, I'm going to give knock off 2 for the plastic quality just because of the flash and stuff. Decals, the sword decals are okay, but overall presentation, I really like it. You get a great set of photo etch in there. You get resin. You get a little bit of everything. So I would definitely recommend this kit, having built other sword kits in the past. So anyways, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. And a huge shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you. Take care.